Hi, this is S16, and this is a battle where I'm facing an army which is quite, well, it's much stronger than mine. At least that's my belief. And what I'll do is I'll move my army into this forest here. You can see the army here. They are composed of heavy infantry, matchlock kashi, which are pretty good, and many katana kashi. So I seem to be the one attacking. So that might be an interesting situation because if I'm the one attacking, they will stay there. And but it's very likely that the enemy will react to my presence because they have many melee troops which can cut my troops into pieces. I only have 3 units of heavy infantry, and these are not particularly good in melee. At the same time, the enemies has 3 of them, so the matchlock kashi might be the unit which give the edge to my enemies. And at the same time, there's a kind of fog going on here. Now my troops are advancing in the forest. That might incite the enemy to attack me. But my goal here is really to reduce the amount of enemies, and this way if they will go further, they might not be able to capture a town because of the few losses I will have inflicted. And I'll move my army a little more to the left, right, sorry. And this will allow them to be protected by the forest in that potential firefight. And forest can really reduce the amount of losses I'll have. So the enemy is reacting to me now. And okay, they are shooting me in the flank. I'll tell my troops to run a little faster. And here I'll deploy this unit in a wider line. Yep, he is. Who will have expected anything else? Actually, no, I'll just let them shoot for the moment. So I'm making a wide line. This will hopefully compensate for my small number. And at the same time, I guess I should probably move this unit behind here and make a wide line here, which will potentially fire over the head of my own troops. And now the objective right now is really to maximize the duration of the long range fight, because I don't want to face those melee units right away. So this way I'll be able to maximize the amount of losses I inflict to the enemies, while reducing the potential losses I'll have in a melee fight. And here what I could do is, since I have a unit in reserve behind, they seem to kill a few of my troops, so I'll move them on the flank here, and I will have an angle on those matchlock kachi. At the same time, this unit, which is they seem a little worried, they'll be able to hold themselves, I hope. Yeah, I'll pull back a little with these. By pulling them back a little, I'm hoping to restore a little their morale. Yeah, seem to be okay now. They seem a little more confident. And here, it's all about deploying this unit on 2 line. Now they will be a little exposed here, so that's a little dangerous. But at the same time, I don't know. Well, there's really a lot of blood flooding. My poor camera. Okay, that was a bad idea. I'm pulling back this guy. But at the same time, that might allow this guy here to fire in the flank of these. So I'm pulling back, and I'll hide them in the wood here. By having a denser formation, you increase the morale. So sometimes it might be a good idea to have your troops in a denser formation, but at the same time, it's not a necessity all the time. If they are morally okay with their situation, let them be. Okay, now I'm in the wood, and hopefully that will reduce the capacity of the enemy to hit me, while providing me a good angle on the enemy formation. And now what I'm rather surprised about is that I seem to have won the firefight on that side. And that means that I should probably move closer and engage the Katanakashi. And while I do that with those two units, these here will continue to fire on the enemy. This will be a long and lasting battle. And now the enemy are apparently taking action against my troops. That's really bad for me. So let's see. I'll tell my troops to prioritize shooting those Yarikashi. At the same time, there seems to be some movement here, and my troops seem to be reacting appropriately. Now, by having a super long line like that, I'm maximizing the amount of troops that are shooting the enemy. But at the same time, as you can see, these guys don't seem particularly impressed. And now the enemy are sending more reinforcements here. So what I'll do now is I'll pull back this unit here, while this unit right here will keep firing on these guys here. And now I think I'll pull back, because I really need to hold the moral integrity of my troops. And my troops are actually doing a pretty good job right now. Really satisfied with them. But at the same time, scared that the enemy is much stronger. So what I'll do now is I'll order these here. And I'll make these react to the Yarikashi here. And how about that? Yeah, I think I should probably simply withdraw from there. There's no point fighting anymore. Oh, and they seem to be withdrawing in the wrong direction. So I guess these troops are spent. There's nothing else to do about this. And this is an enemy victory. But at the same time, they lost so many troops that it will serve me in the end. So now let's go to the campaign and see what happened there. Okay, so I was defeated, and that was pretty even in terms of losses. So the goal of that battle was just to reduce the amount of enemies, and it did work. As a result of this, I believe I can probably hold them off if attacked by a few enemies. Well, with just a garrison. At least that's perhaps wishful thinking. So I think it's likely that the enemy will attack Kawachi. It's possible. And by attacking with the few troops I have here, I just made them weaker. So that's better. Now let's see what technology I'm searching. Okay, better rifle. That's a good technology to research. And now what I'll do is I'll send my armies here, as well as here. No, not here. Here. I'll divide my two army in order to control those two provinces. And I'll end their turn. And now we'll see if Kawachi will be attacked or not. Because even though I did reduce the amount of troops they had, it's still The few troops they still have is they are pretty strong. So I'm not totally confident there. Okay. Now it's really nice that the enemy decided to pull back. But now they are likely attacking further south. Okay, we're summer now. And by what I saw is that the enemy are likely attacking Key. And I guess I'll send my fleet there in order to provide some assistance in case of siege. Same time here I'll send my line infantry. Here I'll produce a few line infantry in order to keep order. And here I'll continue pursuing the enemy, the green one. And I guess what I'll do here is I'll send my army here and my other army here. And perhaps the green guy might fall for a trap, which could be hilarious if he does. And here I'll cut the taxes in order to increase the stability. And perhaps I should fix what was broken here. And I don't think there's anything else to do other than finishing this turn. And now there's a few, well, the kind of purple guy is an enemy. Oh, what was that? Oh, a foreign agent decided to kill probably one of my general, or so-called general or captain of my troops. So essentially, what I was saying is that there's still the purple guy, which is pro-shogunate, and I hope that the pro-imperial will take care of him. At the same time, I will need to fight the pro-shogunate troops, which are, well, factions which are further north or east, depending how you want to read this map. And there you go, you have this army here which have weakened, that is attacking or on its way to attack my town here. So I guess well, there's no point sending these there. And I'll try to attack this guy, he keep fleeing. But now that he's fleeing there, I have another bunch of troops which can attack him. So let's do it. I'll auto battle this, and there you go. That green army is finally taken care of. It was a little absurd. And I'll send my troops back into my towns. There seems to be some trouble there with public order. And here there's an enemy army as well. So I guess what I'll do is I'll attack this army here. And yeah, decisive victory. While this one do that, I'll attack this other army here. And he's fleeing, but I'll wipe out this army. I think these are rebel actually. So wiping them out as well. And here I'll continue to push toward Mino. But it's likely that my ally might beat me to it, which is a little unfortunate. And I guess here I'll fix the different stuff that my enemy broke. And yeah, okay, I'll end the turn. There's nothing else to do that I can think of. Perhaps I could have explored a little more over there, but that's not necessary. And this guy here is a key. He's harassing my troops like that. Not sure what it does other than killing a few troops. Might demoralize the troops. And the enemy seem to have a big fleet, but I don't know if I have a technological edge over them. And there you have it. The enemy are attacking this fort, so I'll probably do the battle.